Hey, how are you guys doing? Hope you survived the weekend and all the other chaotic and bad news that there is around at the moment. Of course, our thoughts do go out to anyone who is suffering with any particular illness that remain unmentioned at the moment. Major Baxter, good to see you still alive. I'm still alive, although I'm not feeling my best today, but I don't think it's anything that a good night's sleep and a bit more exercise wouldn't fix. So anyway, we're jumping back into our Hearts of Iron 4 gameplay tonight. For those of you wondering what's happened to Red Dead 2, that is coming back on Wednesday afternoon. I'll be streaming it then. But we're going to continue with a little bit of this tonight as World War II has just kicked off. Of course, we're playing as the United Kingdom, and we are initially going to be concerned with what's going on in the Mediterranean, but Italy has not yet joined the war on the side of Germany, and we expect them to. So that's probably what's going to kick off tonight. Yeah, we've got music. I can hear it now. So, France is expecting trouble with Germany, which have declared war on us, but are currently busy trying to get nowhere against Czechoslovakia, which is good news for us. And you see the French have piled their resources onto this border here. I mean, they obviously don't think Germany's going to come through Belgium. It's highly unlikely. We, on the other hand, think that France is going to fall within a month, so we are not going anywhere near the place. It is clearly bad news. Apart from, on this little island here, this is Corsica. I keep getting Corsica and Sardinia mixed up. I do know the difference, but my brain just seems to want to scramble them all the time. We're expecting a rapid assault into Italy when the time comes. So we shall see what happens. Let's kick things off. Unassigned divisions. Oh, we've got some more motorised troops here. Excellent. Bring them down to Portsmouth. Here we go. What did I say? It's like I preempted it. Captain Bear, welcome back. How are you doing? Italy just joined the Axis, which is really bad news because that means they instantly kick off a war. And pause, because the French have got nothing on the border here. Absolutely nothing. And we are following historical focuses here, but I've never seen France leave their border with Italy completely open like this. This is bad. Does that mean we are now at war with them? Then they're in a faction, but they haven't declared war. So I suspect that's going to come real soon. What have I done here? Oh, sunk a submarine. Excellent. Good. More of that, please.
Ready, sir.
Yeah, okay. I'm expecting a declaration of war any moment now. Here come the French, railroading tanks and men into position in the Alps. You good, Captain Bear? Good? Your connection is bad? You saw me panic and look over there. I'm hoping my connection isn't going to be bad tonight because I've had trouble streaming to Twitch recently. We're going through the Amsterdam server now, which did seem to fix the issue last time. London and Paris weren't really feasible. I think it's working and holding, so let me know. It's on your end? Let me know if there's any problems, though, because I will keep checking. I don't trust it. Whoa, that was something close. The Germans have turned up. I think the Germans were hoping to try and break through the Alps there, but the French have just managed to slam troops into the mountains just in time. That's lucky. I thought that was going to be the fall of France in 1938. Would have been quite bad, I suspect. We lost some French convoys. Well, I say we. The French lost some convoys, but we were involved in the fight there. And I've got this force here. Hang on a minute. Pause. Is this my big force? It is my big force of battleships. Where are the light cruisers that should be with them? They don't want to be there by themselves. They need some screening ships, otherwise they're going to go down in no time. Here, 32 light cruisers. They're trained enough. They are trained enough. So join in. I should have my strike force fleet. Join in there. Okay. Excellent. What I shall do, I think, is probably put these in the Mediterranean. I'm thoroughly expecting trouble with the Italians. I don't know whether to move these guys now. I think I will. I'm going to put them in Malta. Could do Malta. It's not the best of naval bases. But it's nice and central. So yeah, it's got to put them in Malta. We want... Is it... Hang on, let's get them to join together first. They're getting reinforced. And once that strike force picks up... Let's change the symbol. Aircraft. I mean, they are aircraft, but... There's a couple of carriers in there. Or maybe we'll leave it then. But as soon as that reinforces, I'll move them to Malta. There we go. And can we get there? Oops. There we go. Put them on strike force. Which means they sit in the port. Head into Malta. No. Let them get to Malta then. We'll let them get to Malta first. Hey, Hagmadine. How are you doing? I split those battleships off the last time. Oh, I did it for training, didn't I? Thanks, Major Baxter. Thanks for reminding me. Because I was running out of fuel, as you can see. Fuel is not in a healthy situation. What can we do? Let me just slow that down. Just got to watch out for this Italian attack. Which will come. The Italians... I'm surprised the Italians have joined the Axis, but not actually declared war yet. Just making sure I haven't misread the situation. But the first opportunity, in that case then, I think we can safely send some more motorised troops. Yeah, I want to capture this fairly fast. Let's send them here. I'm gonna try and get them through and hope that we don't get intercepted by subs on the way. We've got good escort, so that should be good. What have we got over here? I don't have enough troops in North Africa, really. I'm planning a very quick sort of invasion of Italian Ethiopia. Knock that out quick and get this army moving north. I do have some more troops though somewhere. That's those three.
Ready to move.
It's only those three. No template. Missing equipment. What are we missing? Carrier fighters and carrier naval bombers. Need some more factories. Always need factories in this. You're good. Good. Glad to hear it. How am I doing? I'm just feeling a bit under the weather, but it's not any particular illness, I think. So I don't know. We'll see. I think a good night's sleep will probably fix me up. You've got a home office for at least the next 3 weeks. That's you're gonna get a bad case of cabin fever after that, I suspect. Just that urge to get outside and see something different. But I might be joining you before long. The UK is thinking of quarantining everyone over 70. When I say quarantining, I mean like telling them to isolate and just not go out at all because they're the ones that are most at risk. A lot of my customers and clients fall into that age bracket, so I might be doing a lot of remote PC fixes. Hi, Halloween. How's it going? Let's keep this running. What have I got in the way of aircraft? I've got some on Malta. They're both training. Okay. Which is acceptable. I've got airfield in Gibraltar. Let me put some tactical bombers on there. These ones are I've got some good tactical bombers. The good ones. The good ones are going into Egypt. Stick them in Alexandria. These will come in useful. Put 100 of those. And 100 fighters, if I can. I've only got substandard fighters. Well, they'll do, because I'm going to train them up, and they will eventually. Let's put them on pilot exercises. And I had a job for... Yeah, I had a job for these guys, didn't I? Let me put in 100 of those. Yes, that'll do. That will do. Get them on training. We're gonna have to get fuel. We're gonna have to get some more oil, I think. But I need my civilian factories. I think I'm gonna trade away 2 more civilian factories for more fuel because it's getting dire. It's getting silly. Please give me some more fuel. Please, please, please. Hey, we sunk some German convoys. Good going submarines. We got jobs fairly easy to do, Halloween, without going to the office. Mine, well, a lot of my fixes I do are physical PC fixes or connection issues and things like that. So there's Yeah, I don't know. I'd say there's probably not a lot of support I can offer. People contact me when the PCs don't work at all. So there's only so much I can do remotely. Oh, is that Navy coming? Just checking. There's nothing. Oh, nothing critical kicking off. These guys, we can now put these into strike force. So there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There. And there. I don't know if I want to venture. Yeah, go on, I will. I'll venture into there. So they'll stay in the port until they see a big juicy target, and then they should sail out to grab it. That's the idea. Do I have... Should have. There we go. Yeah, we've got 3 divisions of motorized infantry heading around to reinforce my... These are the 8th Army? The 8th Army? What can I give them? He's got a promotion available. Guerrilla Fighter. Entrenchment speed plus 50%. It's not quite what I wanted. But then... It is pretty good, actually. I will go for that. Am I going to ally with someone except the French against the Germans? Or just board up with Britain? I mean, we're allied with Czechoslovakia. And... I don't think Poland's joined the Allies yet, but they will once Germany invade. And who else are we allied with? I mean, when the Americans get involved, they'll join the Allies. And when Germany inevitably invades the Low Countries, they'll join the Allies. So it kind of... This should happen automatically, we think. We hope. You work in the IT support at Zurich Airport? Ah, yeah, you did mention. Yeah. It's been mad. Normally you have 60 or 80 calls. But you had like 3 times as many calls, but aren't like... isn't there less air travel going on at the moment? So I would have thought it would go the other way. I thought like there'd be less need for support. We've got German subs trying to flee a load of my destroyers and French destroyers and all sorts of stuff there. I like looking at the fleet reports. It's kind of cool. Italy still not kicked it off? No, they look like they're getting more involved with Bulgaria and whoever else. Less air traffic, but more home office traffic. Oh, okay. Hey, Indigo, how's it going? So you can see that Germans have got nowhere against the Czechs yet. I don't think they've tried very hard. But once... Well, if Hungary, and assuming Hungary does get into the war, I mean, I don't think they're going to have anything facing them. And that's when the Czechs are going to struggle, being attacked from 3 sides like that. France is doing very little, but then it doesn't really need to. Have we got any problems with air superiority? Not so far. Not so far. Okay, things are going well. Let's speed things up a little bit until it all kicks off somewhere. I don't have any... No, I don't have any planes there. It's okay. And those guys are training. You can come off pilot exercises. Still got no fuel. I'm going to have to do something about that. Being out of fuel is really bad. I don't have any troops on training anywhere. Just these massive fleets. I think that's the problem. I've got like a lot of destroyers out on escort duty and quite a lot of subs. Don't think I have a lot of... Hang on, does that say 51? Oh, is that a big fleet of... Got a massive fleet of ships. Just like 36 subs there. Can't really do much with them. I can't put them on training exercises, that's for sure. Wicked Mystery, good evening and welcome back. And Megatron, welcome back. Nice to see you again. How are you? Want to see a little bit of your gameplay? I'm doing all right, thanks. Yep, nothing a good night's sleep won't fix, we think. We hope. But yes, I thought I'd continue this. Undersea blockade. Oh, that's the submarine stuff going on. Now then, opportunity to research something important. It's 39. We could go for an early research of the Spitfire, but we are quite far ahead of that. Actually, there's something... Yeah, 39. This is where we get the bigger artillery. Let's... Is there anything else? Anything, like, really urgent? The radar's not that urgent. No, I don't think there's anything too urgent on there, so... Yeah, let's go for the better artillery. That will do. How are you doing anyway, Metatron? How do you keep up with all that's going on in this game? 2 ways. 3 ways. The first way is ignore it until something happens that really grabs your attention. The second is watch out for these icons along the top. Like, that's telling me I'm producing something that isn't currently being used in any of my divisions, which we will fix that. It's telling me I'm producing anti-tank weapons, which are currently not assigned to any divisions. However, I've now got enough XP built up. I'm going to free up some artillery by replacing this support artillery with support anti-tank. It costs 10 XP. Basically, the way this works is it means that you have to get your army involved in some fighting to be able to build or change the layout of your army. And basically, it's like learning, okay, having all infantry didn't work. We better put some artillery in, but you only learn that through getting into some combat or lots and lots of training. So that's fixed that issue. Not that it was an issue, but that's fine. That's telling me I'm not producing light tanks or carrier fighters and bombers. That's saying France is about to become leader of the Allies, but I think that's going to be highly unlikely. And then there's all this other stuff. So yeah, it is possible to keep on top of things. There's messages down here, and you can just play it really slowly until you get the hang of things. You can adjust the time. So I'm going quite fast at the moment. But a lot of these messages, most of the time, you don't need to pay too much attention to them. Modgefather, good evening. You played the medieval version of this game, Crusader Kings 2? That was a beautiful train wreck. That's cousin marrying simulator, if I'm not mistaken. I've played that a few times. I find it an absolute pain to manage when you get like a big empire and a big family. So I quite like it playing when you're small, like when you're a small Lord of Ireland or something. And your goal is to try and become King of Ireland. That's like a big enough goal for me in that game. But yeah, I quite like Crusader Kings 2. Bits of it anyway. Various fights. Oh, nice. We're sinking German convoys. That's trying to flee. Come on. Oh, it just took a big hit. I think we got it, did we? Oh, we got 2 out of 2. Looks like we got them. Is this another one? We're attacking again. Sink them convoys. Oh, what's this? National focus. Motion of no confidence. I think we've just changed government. Long live Churchill. We've got Churchill at the helm now. Whether that's a good thing or not, we don't know. Modgefather, thank you very much for the resubscription. Did that not trigger last time? I'm sure I saw that notification just on the last session. But it has reminded me that I don't have my main notification window up. So thanks for that. And thanks for the support as well. 20 months. That's awesome. We should be on pause there while that's going on. Yeah, the game doesn't always pause when you're in menus, folks. That's something to be aware of when you're playing this. You can be pondering over what to research next and suddenly find that you've been invaded and capitulated in that time. Since you're new to this kind of game, learning curve is quite steep. The learning curve is very steep, and I couldn't have done it without some online tutorials from Quill18, who I highly recommend you watch. They're aimed at beginners, which I very much was, so they were good. And then just play it, and every time you get like stuck with something, go and Google it. Like me and a friend were playing as a co-op game as the UK. There we go, that's that fixed. And I couldn't understand how, well, we nearly lost the game because all our convoys got sunk by German subs and we didn't notice, we weren't paying enough attention. And I thought, well, they're all going down in the English Channel. Surely there's a way to switch off convoys going through the English Channel. So when I Googled it, there is. You can say down here, you can block it. And that saved us the game. But it didn't tell me that anywhere whilst playing. There's no tutorial. It was a case of you either know it or you don't. And Google is the answer. Lone Star, hi. I believe you can set some army divisions on exercise to gain army XP. It does. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So it does also break down a few bits of equipment. So like with tank divisions and trucks, if you're short of equipment, sometimes it's questionable whether you want to be training them. But yes, that slowly does gain XP, and I've got a political advisor which adds to it as well. Combat is the quickest way. Ideally, defending trenches in the mountains whilst the enemy suicides into you. That's a very quick way. But the enemy isn't always obliging in that respect. So yeah, we've got air XP building up. That'll be from our ships, sorry, our planes training. That's getting better. They've upgraded, I see. Oh, there are ones in North Africa. Yep, they're doing fine. I've got some crappy interwar planes. I really need some better quality aircraft. My naval bombers. These look like they should be old and out of date, and they are. But these are the fairy swordfish, which are what the British used, certainly at the beginning, and probably for a good chunk of the Second World War, I think. Okay, I'm kind of waiting for something to kick off. Oh, we can change our focus, can't we? I should probably do that. So, protect Suez, fortify the rock. If I protect Suez, I get coastal forts and air bases in Alexandria, which isn't a bad idea. And do research speed. Improvement in research speed by, what's that? The colonial elite. Does lead on to some good stuff as well. Everything leads to good stuff, though. It's just depending on what you want to focus on, or how you want to, what direction you want to take your country in. No further appeasement. What does that do? I mean, we're at war, so surely it's too late for this. Completion time 70 days. Sometimes when, like, the moment has already passed, you can skip these altogether. You get the benefit of it, but you don't have to wait 70 days. But apparently that's not the case with this. Appeasement has failed, and to continue this policy now is folly. It is clear our enemies will not back down. So we lose base stability, but we can justify and declare war on a country with the same ideology. Oh, does that mean we can declare war on a democracy? Oh, I did not know that. Not that I intend to do it. But that is, that's interesting. Okay, I did not know that. I did not know that. But having said that, I don't think I want to worry about those, so... I could do some production bonuses, I think. Let's go with... What have we got? Air rearmament. Rare rearmament. Let's go with this. Get some air bases suddenly thrown up, and hopefully some research speed on new fighters and stuff. Hey, Pat. How are you tonight? When are we not at war? In this game, the war can go on a long time. My first playthrough that I actually got to the end of, because I had a lot of failed playthroughs. And I don't mean failed as in I lost. Failed as in I gave up after realizing that I didn't know enough, or I'd been going about things the wrong way and started again. Which you'll do a lot if you're learning this game. I did the same in Crusader Kings 2 and in Europa Universalis. I've pronounced that right. But yeah, my first full playthrough finished in 1968. One continuous big war. What have we got? Have I got any divisions in training? Nothing. Okay, we've got manpower. We've got a bit of manpower at the moment. What about our subjects, like British Malaya? How are you off for manpower? Because you can use your subjects' manpower as well, or you can just request units directly from them. India? It's not a lot. Canada. Oh, I haven't requested Oh, did I request Canadian divisions? I think I probably did. Did I get them? It's not mine. Did I do anything with the Canadian divisions? I thought... Did I move them out? I thought I put them somewhere. Who are all these lot? West Africa.
Come on.
Who are these? Oh, that's in North Africa, okay. Gibraltar defense.
All in.
South Africa? Where did... yes. Okay, I remember. Then I nabbed the rest of them, didn't I? Did I send them up north? I sent them here. This is where they are. These three.
Ready.
I don't think you're needed there, so let's take them out. And railroad these fellas up here, because these are going to be needed.
Move out.
Up here. Let's get that going. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. I haven't played Warhammer 40k anything in quite a while. You've modified one of the emotes, Indigo? I see it. What have you done with it? It's so small. It looks like if you put like a headscarf on my fiery emote. Is that what it is? Can't quite tell. We have unassigned divisions. Oh, it's these guys. That's okay then. My South African troops coming to fight in North Africa. What have we sunk there? Another German convoy. Good stuff, fellas. Spanish Civil War still going on. Zog submits to Italy. Albania is now Italian. Okay. Does that not... Germany and the USSR has agreed to split up Poland. That's probably not going to be good. I think it's really not... They're not kicking off. They're not. I don't know why. I'm ready to go in. Right, more research. What should we have? April 39. What are we desperate for? I could start on destroyers. It's a little bit early. Oh, there's probably... Yes, let's get our medium tanks. We do need medium tanks. What the hell am I building? Because I'm short of factories. They've been bombing Yorkshire. That's not good. That really isn't good. We've got a lot of construction going there. Let me just get some more factories going here first. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should do for now. Just going to boost these to the top of the list for priority. But I need more of everything so badly. Oh, it's a bandana on the Mark Fire one. That's cool. Oh, I see. It looks like a 1940s housewife's headscarf, that, which is quite appropriate to the game. Well, we're sinking German convoys, which is great. What flights have I got over the UK? I've got some people... I'm just going to put them on training. They were on intercept, but I'm going to switch them over to training. All of them, I think. Because they are, like, absolute zero experience here, which is never good. But then the enemy are fighting with what? Stack of tactical bombers. Tell you what, let's switch 2 over. You two go on to intercept. And the rest can... we'll train up. Well, hey, factories. Excellent. We're going to start... I'm going to start some light tanks off. Because I'm not going to need a lot of light tanks in this game. And they're not as important as medium tanks. But we are going to want some, I think. They should be fairly quick to make. One interesting thing about what I really like about this is that the longer your factories are producing one thing, the more efficient they get. So, like, this is the efficiency bar, producing 1 light tank a week from one factory. But they get better at it the longer it's been in production line. I think that's a really cool feature. And switching the factories about kind of destroys that and it starts again. But 1 will do for now. I've only got 1 factory anyway.
Ready to move.
I want to set these into...
Come on.
Just going to make another little individual army out of those guys. And I'll join them into the 8th army. Let's do... There isn't a Desert Rats one, is there? There should be a Desert Rat symbol. I don't see one. That'll do. And let's form that into a little front line just there, look. Which is, I think that's really cool, the way you can design front lines in this. It sometimes gets a bit complicated later on, especially if you have like a front line that extends that. It gets mentally messy, but it's quite useful. You can recommend 2 of the newer Warhammer games, Warhammer 40k Gladius and Mechanicus. Are they like real-time strategy games? I haven't really seen much other than that in the way of Warhammer 40k stuff. Excellent. We've got the 25 pounder. We're in 39. We'll go for... We shall go for... Oh, God, there's so much stuff. So much stuff. We should probably get this better infantry equipment, I think. We're a bit behind. And let's also... That's telling me I'm making old crap stuff. So let's change to the 25 pounder. Yeah, you saw how that knackered our production or efficiency. I think they changed that in this recent patch. It didn't used to be such a big hit to efficiency when you changed models. And I think it's quite good that it is.